Hey, top of the morning world. Let's get cleaned up in here. Evening, Jason. Trying not to be so biased this morning. Um, so what's the time frame I can illustrate this on? Obviously, we're building problems. Um, so many problems. I would venture to guess that when we go to address them, we're coming there. But I mean, I'm saying the same shit I say every day, right? But I'm really beginning to question. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. Like you have you, you have this purge below here, and you miss this low. We formed a pretty decent low yesterday. This is my major concern. My major concern is that we formed a pretty decent low. But then it's like if we look at the 15 and we go, okay, so like we made it back to the area that created the inefficiency or the displacement in the market. And, we're kind of like challenging 15-minute market structure out of it. Right? And then I look at these three lows and I go, okay, well, we got a problem here too. I'm like, check, check, check. I guess the open's going to tell us a lot. It's happening right now, so we should probably be paying attention. Um, Beginning to think, if it comes up first, that's really going to challenge my theory. But I'm beginning to think it's going to like come down, form a low, and actually just totally jack everybody up here and take a run for 67,255. So let's see how it opens here. Whereas my common theory that I always work with is that if we come up first, then the limit orders that it's seeking is up further, and this may indeed be a short, but I honestly don't know yet. So, like, it did come down slightly on open, tagged some manner of limit orders here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm interested. Are we just gonna run some highs here and fall? Yeah, our last unmitigated supply is in this area right here. Yeah, see, if it just keeps coming up on open, I'm going to be more inclined to look for this. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Guess it's going up first, so let's stick to my guns on that one. No, we'll use this one. Top of the morning, Josh Parche, Takaoka 01, and Wiley Coyote number 94. One thing I've been noticing is shorts haven't been shorting very far. It's beginning. I've been. I don't know how I'm gonna form my words on this, but um, I guess this wasn't overly different. You know, I'm gonna reserve my thoughts on that one. What is today? Wednesday. Old. Can you get to where I need you yet? Let's take a look at Soul and ETH. Yeah, see, Soul, bro, Soul looks like it wants to clean these highs. It's not gonna work for me. Ah, man, yeah. See, I have the same problem with ETH. You know, it's like you have your high, you have your low, you purge your high, and you purge your low. It's not my week, guys. Any chance of you up in your audio more quiet than usual? Bro, I always have my audio pegged out. Completely pegged out. Let me see if I have my gain filter all the way up. Bum 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 bum. Oh no, I can. My bad. I can add some gain here. We can add that gain. That is, it has to be louder. No problem, bro. Because here I was lying to you, telling you it was all the way up, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I was a liar. All right, we clean those off. Let's see what happens here. I mean, to me, just because we cleaned those off and pulled back with a few bearish candles doesn't mean anything yet. because I'm still not. This is your 15-minute low. And I'm not convinced of this break at all. And yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is if I'm not convinced of this break at all, then we could easily come down and pull up from underneath that low. It's a pretty bearish looking candle on ETH. Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh, nice. That idea kind of worked. I think I might have to long, y'all. Let's hold off. Maybe we wait for this little range here to resolve. I'm just thinking like it's quite the candle coming off of New York Open there. I think it's lame that it didn't really clip this low. That'd look so much better. No, I don't know. Looking at the volume, I just don't think we've tagged anything significant yet. Charts have been boring this week, in my opinion, man. Took it on. No, I think I'm looking at Binance. Yeah, I am on Binance. Check Bybit. Oh, I see Bybit's way worse. It doesn't necessarily mean that we don't. I don't know. I mean, I think it's still going to be time to try it long. Oh, I remember wanting to long XRP today. Do I still want to do that? Oh, high looks terrible. It's a good high. I think I will take a look at. Well, I wish you were somewhere where I could long you. I could long you there if you let me. No, damn it. I wanted that XRP chart. Really, bro? Wow. It's not a good look over there. Bum, 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 bum. Where'd my XRP chart go? Let's take a peek at NQ real quick. Hmm. 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 Man, those altcoins are looking pretty rough. I think this last candle had the most buying in it since market open. Let's investigate that. Yep. Yeah, real important that we initiate above this. I mean, it's not like gargantuan volume or anything, but it's the most positive volume that has entered the market. This candle right here. So we need to initiate above it. We can't SFP that candle, or I might be hitting the old reverse button, get the old flip it and switch it on there. Where's that line? Good. Well, it's looking much healthier already. Oh, we were at VWAP? I didn't know that. Sorry if I'm boring today, guys. Let me know if there's anything I can look at. Perp futures. Am I not on perp futures? Tether, perpetual contract, Binance. Is there refined supply at 64,725? 64,725 to 67,057. To 67. How's that refined? I'm missing something, Jason. Your refined supply is 67,057. I'm assuming this has got to be 65 because you're like here. $65. That makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, we could probably say that there is. It's the top. It's the very top section of it. Sorry, I'm trying to watch these candles print. It's the very top section of it that has me a little bit worried because you're basically here. To 60,057. Yeah, whatever. You're in this region, right? Had this high, taken the other high, I'd give it a little bit more credence. But considering it didn't, and it has this sort of rolled offness to it, is it there? Yes. I just don't think it. I just don't typically experience a super strong reaction from those zones. Not to say that there won't be a reaction. It's just to say that typically I don't see a strong reaction there. Yeah, see, these altcoins look like they need these lows still. It's looking a lot more like a short now. At this point, price is now below the majority of the buying volume, which was here, here, and here. And we are now underneath the majority of that buying volume. So ETH grabbed the lows and not a bullish response. God damn it, there was something. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like we had a coin up here earlier that was in a much different positioning. Okay, okay. Hey, let's give these some credit where credit's due. It's a pretty sharp reaction off that low. Sharp reaction off that low. Give me XRP back. Hey. Man, that was tough to navigate. It was not easy for me. All right. Now that things have settled a little bit over here, anything you guys want to take a look at? You know, I don't particularly Wile E. Coyote. I don't particularly look at it from like one session to another session. Um, let's get a chart with sessions on it. Here we go. Um, there are times here's where that does work for me, right? Um, there are times in which like if we had swept Tokyo, let's give you an example of Tokyo's low here. If we had swept Tokyo's low in this specific circumstance with the correct approach to zone, right? So you know, whatever. Say we're falling, 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 and then we swept Tokyo's low on like New York or something like that. That would work for me, but that's only because that market structure is already relevant from here to here. Um, so it only when it coincides with a range. If I'm gonna be really direct with it, if it coincides with a range, a valid range, then yeah. But what am I really doing? I'm trading the range. It's not. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the sessions themselves. Uh, duh, duh. Oh, Craft the no kidding, huh? Somebody's telling you to buy stock in Craft. Let's take a look at it. Can we find it? Let's take a look at this thing. I mean, the thing I will say about it is you've broken weekly structure, and this is a pretty sexy return to zone here. It's pretty sexy. There's a kind of a monthly order block situation in here. Um, I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a pretty good looking chart, man. Um, I have no idea what's going to happen above $44, but it looks like it wants it. There's really not a lot of resistance on this thing. We got some here. Should add Craft to the watch list and see what happens to this thing. It's interesting, man. I'll give it to you. Interesting. I got to say, that's interesting. That's piss poor clearance above this high. I don't like it. I don't like it. Better get your ass back up there, homie. Yeah, not a lot of buyers in the tops though. Trading crypto's hard, huh, guys? Let's get this slid over. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. How did my orb get so big, bro? Are those actual factuals? Yeah, I suppose they are. Doing all right so far, but man, I gotta say, that was just for me. That was a somewhat rough open, man. I mean, I look at this like the way Warren Buffett always talks about things, right? He always talks about things like, he loves companies like this because his thought process is simple. He's like, what are the chances that a company like Kraft Heinz is going to be around in 50 years from today? It's pretty fucking huge, right? It's pretty huge. Really good chance, right? Like, there's a better chance of Kraft surviving another decade than there is Sol or ETH. Fucking maybe even Bitcoin for that matter. Mm. Bear markets are so dreadful to trade. They're just dreadful. I don't know if I said this already, but there's very little I'm liking about these charts right now. God, watching candles print is just one of the most boring things. Top of the morning, Florida, Stowe. Top of the morning, Florida, Stowe. I miss anybody else in here? Luke Zeldania, what's up? I think you snuck in and didn't get a proper welcome. I think I don't know. I mean, I prepare for up. This is such a good question. Um, I'd be prepared for both, man. This positioning is tough. For me, this positioning is tough. Sometimes I have a lot more conviction about what I'm saying, and this is not one of those times. I mean, it looks pretty likely that we would revisit something like 57, or, you know, the low down there. I'm just really conflicted whether we have to take 67 255 first. I'm super conflicted about this. And I guess it doesn't really have to do either. This orb is not doing us any good anymore. Let's get that out of here. I don't blame you for short. Yep. Mm-hmm. I gotta find something entertaining to look at. Well, these candles are just—they're way too boring to watch print. They're just too effing boring. So let's go find something more interesting to look at. Maybe. That's a maybe. Brother. That thing's wild. Man, this is boring me to death, guys. BTC VWAP slap right now, I think. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of buyers stepping in there. I was watching the footprint charts, and there was quite a few buyers. Or no, I'm sorry, I was watching the order books. Millions of dollars open down there. But it's just weak, boring bear market price action. Personal opinion. I hate to be a pessimist, but not the funnest price action to trade. Yeah, I don't blame you for just being hands right now, man. I don't blame you. That's really the best thing to be right now. There's really just not a good setup out. As far as I'm concerned, there's just not a great setup out here. What would a good setup look like? I mean, a good setup would look like probably at least nicking off this high and then breaking these lows from this morning with an inefficiency and something like that. That would look decent. An initiation up out of this area, leave a singular high, nice vertical approach, roll back in here. break back up out of it. That would look better. But yeah, rough, and boring and slow and sideways. I'd rather be back at 57, Lava Man. It would make my life way easier. Yeah. Will make my life way easier. Hey, you take it, man. You take it and you run with it. Hmm. Well, it's like 8 minutes until the stream's going to be over anyway, and I don't think that the next 8 minutes are going to be very exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that I love you and I'm rooting for you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We can cover those bases. And yeah, I think I'm going to move on with the rest of my day, gentlemen. Yep. You guys enjoy out there. Love you guys.